Hey, how is everyone? So, I mean, after our What is a Wife yesterday, I'm sure some people are very irritated by it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just feel like the longest short of it is you got to look at the fact that we're not getting along. And we haven't been getting along for a long time, men and women. We haven't. Let's just be honest. And the fact that men have had the control all this time and it hasn't been working says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the one of the statements men like to make is that the man is over the woman because of the Bible, which was made by men, which was made by racist men. We showed you this, the Adamite theory, and the men that put the Bible together, and they liked the one they put together because it was racist and sexist. So you want to swear by the you know, mighty word of God, but the book is being put into the hands of men. And if if you're emotional and protective over this book that you live by, and not research who put it in your hands and who adapted it and who changed it, and look at the world, because you know what, every time they even bring in a law, what they do is they try to pander to the religious Christians.
Yeah.
Every single time. Look with the whole abortion thing. And
abortion would have taken place. Would a family member of said rapist be able to sue? Would they have standing?
Down for 21.
Thank you. If it is the parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, grandparents, then yes.
Same question then for incest as well?
Down for 21.
Thank you, yes.
I'm not saying I agree with abortion. I've never had to do it myself, but I've known women that have had to do it.
So if I am raped and choose to have an abortion and my rapist has 10 siblings, is there anything to preclude all of them and their spouses from bringing a lawsuit for $20,000 each?
Down for 21.
I'm not sure their spouses are included in that list, but no.
And I looked, when Eden said to me, oh, Mum, like, they're banning abortion, I said, really? What they do is they pander to your religious side. That good nature of the Christians will be all for it. But what the Christians don't realise is they brought in a law a few months ago. I showed it you about rape. And then if in Texas, if a child is raped, or a woman, but they was specifically talking about 14-year-olds, I think, and she decides to abort that child, because in that case, I do agree you should. Why would you, as a woman that knows I've carried children, to be raped, and then you have to go through the whole 9 to 10 months of carrying a rapist child for what?
And love the child as well.
Do you know how psychologically damaging that is to somebody?
So bad.
If you're not looking at these laws and your religion and really thinking that something a bit sus is going on, I don't know what to say to you. Because they're using your morals against you. Because in that sense, as a Christian, why would you? Because if that was your daughter, would you want her to sit down with a rapist? Or would you pray, lay hands on her so she can get through the pregnancy and tell her how much of a good thing it is?
But what doesn't make sense about that isn't the consent like 21 in America? So why make a 14-year-old keep a rapist baby?
And what you also have to ask yourself is, somebody actually thought this whole thing up.
Yeah, that's just weird.
So what have they got planned for you? Like,
but I thought it was overpopulated, so...
I went online after Eden told me, and I looked in all the states where it's banned, and when there's... What's the word, the terminology they use? Like an amber alert or some kind of alert.
Yeah.
In some places, it's totally still fine. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I wonder what the race of people are there, what the class of people are there. And also, what else was I thinking?
Texas full of hillbillies as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but I looked. You can go and look it up, and I was surprised, because I was like, well, why are they rushing to enforce this like by August? Some places it's still not. You got to ask yourself the bigger question, because none of these people that pander towards all these religious people follow the religion themselves. Exactly. Don't care about religion.
Most of them are atheists in America.
Please.
So
they're not atheists. Remember, they said that only a fool says there's no God. They believe in a God, but you don't understand what God they believe in. Anywho, So today is about.
But they must have been planning for a while for it to be August.
Right.
And the law's been changed that quickly.
You know what? People just are
Doesn't-
so
doesn't it take a while?
brainwashed. Just like nobody thinks for themselves. Either way, what we'd like to discuss today, and this is not only for the men, but it's mainly for the women.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we've discovered, really, after listening, reading, and watching all of these things, is that men, when they're choosing a wife, they're choosing a skill set.
Yeah.
They're not interested in your character. And this is why when you get into relationships with these men, it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And you end up hating them because nobody sat down, and the woman too, and thought, what kind of character do I want him to have?
I know John's great and all, but like, what does he do?
He takes out the trash, fixes with the car, you know, manly things, and I do all the womanly things.
Now, I realised there was this guy the other day that came on this woman's show. She's been going for a while. I think I first saw her on Instagram, and she does a live where men come on, and she must have a dating company. She's a black woman, and a man. People just come on, and a man came on. He said he's 40 years old. You know, the following day, he hasn't been in a relationship for 5 years. His wife was killed in a hit and run or something, and he has no children. Anyway, he wants a traditional wife. Long story short, I didn't listen to all of it because, well, I listened to enough, and where I stopped listening, I said, you've got to listen to the finer details. What he said he wants a traditional wife, no problem. But then he said, I work on the rail line. It's like some type of engineer, and he said no woman can be smarter than me, and she can't be more successful than me. I earn this and earn that. He didn't say
This is what he said.
Yeah, he's saying no woman can be, and the woman said, I want to stop you there. Are you
What are
saying
you
you don't
talking
want
about?
your woman to be? Because there are lots of women
exactly.
that are intelligent.
So Oprah and
What about the woman that helped the
Clinton.
rocket go to the moon,
That's
the black
what I'm
woman?
saying. It really doesn't make
Right.
sense.
And so that's where I
Obama,
stopped. That's where I
Michelle.
stopped listening, because I said,
Right.
okay. And this is what I'm trying to say. When a man says he wants a traditional wife, what is he really saying?
Keep him happy. So my mom, she taught me how to cook, how to clean, how to be a good wife, how to please my man, and she also told me be in good shape and look pretty because nobody wants a fat and ugly wife.
He's saying
weak.
he wants her to be stupid.
Yeah.
And really, I would like to say, in case men don't understand, when you approach a woman, and don't get me wrong, there are women out there that want to be that traditional woman. I was that woman most of my time in relationships, right? But what you are saying is, what I would like you to do is clean my skids out the toilet because I
Please.
don't want to do it, or I can't.
And the weed.
And then
all of
cook
this.
my food.
What do you want for breakfast today?
Would you mind making some pancakes?
Yeah, sure. Want some whipped cream with the pancake?
Hell yeah. Let's make some bacon too.
And then when I get home, ride me.
Why is it that John can sleep with other women?
Can we cut?
That's what you are saying when you say to a woman, I want a traditional woman.
So the sleeping with other women thing, first of all, it's a really small part of our relationship. Monica was cool with it, and I was cool with it, and I think it's a luxury I have that probably most guys watching this wish they had.
And also, on top of that, I want to control you.
Here's another dress that's shorter. And then I have this.
Yeah, let's have green today. I think
The green today?
That's gonna be the one.
So we're going green today. Yay.
So you're not, you know,
It's not a
if that's
relationship,
what
that's
you
a
want,
contract.
if that's what you want, you can have that. But we're trying to explain to you that when you say it and women are kicking off and you're saying these women are just out of control, no, we're going to show you categorically where this idea of a woman came from, and it came from a man.
The evolution of fashion and changing views of the female body. The New York socialite Mary Phelps Jacob, better known as Caress Crosby, patented her handkerchief bra in 1914 as a comfortable alternative to the corset.
Corsets first became popular in the 16th century. Catherine de' Medici, wife of French King Henry II, actually banned women with thick waists from attending court.
Now,
Just control freaks, all of them.
yeah.
Because as soon as they see like a strong woman as well, she may be like super attractive, have money, or look maybe high maintenance, or they hear that they're high maintenance. It's an ultimate turn off because she's too much effort. I want someone that's, you know, low maintenance, doesn't ask me for anything. I don't like when girls talk about they have a preference of men with money. They want someone that's just okay with them being a bum or just doing exactly what they say when they say.
Do you know what it really is? And I agree totally with what you're saying, because I've told you, being that woman, a lot of men look at me and they believe I'm high maintenance, and I'm totally not. I really totally not. And to be honest, after being married, and men will marry you, but then realise,
you're too much.
I can't really be. You know what the truth is? Let me hold it.
Say,
let me hold it. Right, let me hold it. That's what I got.
Right.
Everybody knows that you wear the trousers.
Yeah.
Because because when the person met me, I was out of my marriage. I was fixing my life because I'd been left like in a whole mess, and I was getting my life together. Apparently, that's attractive until you're with them.
Yeah, basically.
Right. And I said, okay, cool.
Because it means they have to fix up.
Yeah. If that's how you feel, fine, take the lead. I want you to say, I'm tired, go ahead. But what a man believes taking the lead is then abusing the woman.
Yeah, because this is the thing. They see that you have a certain amount of standards, and it's like, let me degrade that. Let me tell you, you come across really aggressive. You come across too independent. Like, you need to like calm down, or you need to bring yourself down a peg, or they're just trying to throw some sort of insult because they don't feel like they can match up to you.
But this is why I said mothers did their sons a disservice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't entirely your fault, because if men were involved, men always jump in and say, no, he's a man. So it's like, unless the cycle is broken between man and woman, unless there's an understanding of what's lying underneath, it's just going to keep repeating itself.
Yeah.
Because what I saw in the comments after this man said what he said, one woman said, oh, ladies, don't be upset because you're not the type of woman that he wants, which I totally agree with. And then you have other women, you see, ladies, we need to listen to this man and what they want. I said, you women are the problem.
Y'all women know y'all hate accountability. Why you always blame the woman? See, there's no problem when y'all blaming the side chicks for being home wreckers or telling them to stay away from married men and stay away from men in relationships. But when it comes to you having to look in the mirror at the monster that you created because you keep taking him back from his lying and cheating antics, because at the end of the day, like I told y'all before, women are interchangeable. So you're the only one that's staying solid in this. He's interchanging women. He is rotating them out and refilling them and outsourcing you over and over again. And you're the only solid thing in his life, which means you are enabling him to do the fuck shit that he does. Period. Hold yourself accountable. And then hold him accountable. And you're not going to do that because you don't want to go anywhere.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to be a traditional woman, if you like cleaning your man's skids every fucking day for the rest of your life, and jumping in his cock and then telling him he's amazing after you have to hold your breath when you're putting his clothes in the washing machine, then you be that crazy woman. Lots of women have done it, and there's no shame on it. But does your man appreciate you?
No. Not at all.
This is where the problem really
lies.
Gives
you the bare minimum as well in
no
return.
So you say I respect what I want, and I know is a traditional marriage, right? But what you're really saying is I need somebody that replaces my mother, because your mothers did not prepare you to be an adult. No, because let's remove that, because how can a mother tell a son how to be a husband? She can from a woman's perspective, tell him this is how a woman wants to be treated, right? She can from that perspective, right? But
to be a man,
right?
Okay.
Well, not a man. I mean, a nice man.
Yeah.
But it's not about being nice, is it? Now, what you do, you get this woman, and then you say, I've been told it. Every woman cleans. How do I keep a house?
No.
You think you could eat off the floor? That's how I am, right?
You know, some people cook chicken in their bath.
What?
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
But no, just to go off your comments. Yeah. So not everybody's clean. Some people be cleaning and washing chicken in their bath.
What?
Yeah.
But you see, and you know it is true. When they made that successful, you didn't appreciate me one day of our relationship. So you want the woman that can clean, because not every woman can clean.
Please.
You want the woman that can cook, because not every woman can cook. You want the woman that's affectionate, because not every woman is affectionate.
Yeah.
You want the woman that's motherly, not every woman is motherly. You want all these things. You want it to be hot as well. Let me you know that I do all those things, and I'm fucking hot.
Period.
Okay.
Not like that. Don't do your face like that.
So you want the woman that does all that, and then you say it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You come in with
that's
your
your minimum.
No, what you say,
yeah. That's you've reeled off a whole list, but that's your standard.
That's your standard, and then you get it, and then you don't know. You get it. You act like it's nothing. You act like it's no big deal. After you've gone through a bag of women that say F off, F off, F off. You finally get this woman that's got all the attributes you want, and you make out like cleaning's no big deal. Dealing with your dirty stuff is no big deal. Raising your kids is no big deal. I watched something the other day with a bag of men. I've watched loads of videos now where they take the have a period for a day thing, and they're like, "This is what you're going through when you get up and go work." Oh my God! One guy was like, "When you're on your period, you can have anything you want from me, anything you want." That's called appreciation, right? So, first of all,
they just see it as, oh, we're complaining, we're always complaining,
right? So when you say a woman isn't like, you know, then you say I've got the job, so therefore,
sit down.
This is what I was told as well. So obviously, with my youngest, she had epilepsy, and because the type of epilepsy she had, when she falls asleep, she would get a fit, and she almost died a few times. And then she's all the way up there in the daytime. So like a normal mother, you go through the day, but she's heightened. And then when most mothers think bedtime, rest. No, I had to watch her like that. In fact, I could barely sleep myself for the first 7 years, because if I drop her sleep, she could have a fit in her sleep, and I wake up and she's dead. You understand? Now, when I'm saying, can I have some time, I'm getting told, well, when she goes to sleep, why don't you go to bed then? What are you staying up for?
Why, like, everything that we've been doing throughout the day, you couldn't at least spend 1 hour.
Right, because it's no big deal. Because it's no big deal, right? And then you want pure adoration because, well, I buy you all of these things, and
it's not that hard to raise kids. The minute that you have the child for a few minutes, oh, go to your mum.
They can't wait. They're ringing your phone when you're coming back home and all of that stuff.
What was it you said about changing the nappies?
Oh, I remember one day I was changing the nappy. I said, right, it's your turn. And I got bare heaving every minute. Said, why are you heaving? Oh, it's not nice for a man, you know. I said, so you think women do this because we love the smell and the aroma? He started to laugh, and we were in hysterics. So it's like, we don't love doing it, which brings me to my next point. What I've realised, what men are doing, is they're replacing their mothers with wives, and you are, what you're doing is you're changing the characters, you're entwining the characters.
Just to
a mother is not a wife, and a wife is not a mother, and a woman isn't a woman isn't necessarily a wife and a mother. She's a woman, and this is where you're making the big mistake, because you're wrapping all of these titles under one umbrella. But which that's like saying, oh, a man is a husband and a father. Not every man's husband material.
Facts.
Not every guy's father material. Not every woman is wife material. So what you have been doing is causing pure problems for yourself. And then on top of that, to say that just because, oh, she's only cleaning, she's only cooking, she's only these are occupations. She's a cook, a chef, a maid. And this is what...
You know what I mean? Because another thing is, like, she was a woman beforehand. She probably had goals. Maybe she had ambitions to do this, that, the other. I feel like in a certain way, it might be this generation, but it's kind of been like that since 1950s and before, where the woman, she stops being herself. She has to be a mother. She has to be a wife. She just has to pander to her husband, make sure the house is clean, food's on the table, his uniform's ready, the youths are all in bed, wash, clean, bathe, everything. And then the men just come home from work and they just expect.
I've been working hard all day.
Oh,
what you've
I'm
been
really
doing
horny
is nothing.
now. I'm horny now, so you have to give me that as well. And you're not in the mood. You might have
postnatal depression. Do you know how boring it is to sit in the house? There's some days I was just like, this is bored. I was like bored to tears. I was having no adult conversation. partly because I was so exhausted with the fact that I had a sick child as well, plus all the other things I'm doing, plus we even had a time where we had other people living in the house, so I'm cleaning up after more people, you know, and then on top of that, yes, I gave up all the things that I was doing, and all it would have taken is a bit of appreciation, you know, and then to say that act as if these things are no big deal, but you won't do them.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't do them. And then the fact that what I think men need to think about is why, if you did have a mother or a father that prepared you in the sense of cooking, cleaning, ironing and all that type of stuff, what you then decided then as an adult, you said, oh, I've had enough of doing this for myself, let me find a wife. Not a maid, a wife.
Saying, if you have, this is what I'm saying,
disrespectful.
If you don't have the money, this is why women go for men that have money or they're already set up, have car, this, that, the other car. They know they can afford a maid on a lot of the time.
And we have family members that have maids.
Right.
And in fact, it makes your relationship better. And because you think this is it and this is it.
It's a hindrance on your relationship because you're making your woman, like, she didn't apply to be a maid. She didn't apply to be a skivvy or be just, I don't know.
It's
okay,
not.
some women don't even want to have children.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I
don't.
mean? And some men, they see it and they try and bend the woman to do whatever they want. Oh, because you look good, you fit this, you fit that, you're attractive, you know, trophy wife business. And then she might not want to do exactly what he's saying. And not every man wants to be a father or a husband.
There you go.
So
and
it's just about compromising and...
But then also, everybody's idea of a wife is different.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like me saying, okay, for me, a man has to be muscly, 6'5". Yeah, he's got to be able to iron, cook, clean, wash. By the way, my dad could do all these things, and he was big and muscly. He was a man's man. And whose cooking did we prefer? My dad's.
Yeah.
He could do all of those things, right? But not every man can do that and work hard and carry things on his back and carry all of us on his shoulders. But not to say, if that is the standard, then most of you men are failing one time and keep fit.
Facts.
Most of you men and be articulate. You see, you've got this big list. I think women, you're doing yourself a discredit. You need to come and have a list. Since we're going for skill set and not love, then really and truly, how can you be mad at a woman when she says, well, no? Because in a woman's skill set, what she wants is a man that understands her. He's understanding, that can hold a conversation, that can comprehend what she's saying. And most, if you didn't have sisters and you were close with them, or a mother that spoke to you, that's where this guy will trump you every time. He could be ugly and he'll trump you. And another thing about this boss lady thing, I get the concept, because you've got some ladies that are aggressive and I don't need no men, and
they're just purposely pushing men away.
Right, don't get me wrong, I get it, but isn't Beyonce a boss lady, and doesn't she have a husband?
You know, she even said when Oprah, she must have went on the Oprah show like years ago.
Oh yes, I've seen it.
She said, oh, how do you have time to be a wife, or like what's it like to be a wife? And she said, I will say one thing, be your own woman first, or be your own boss, have your own career first before you become a wife. And it's serious, because as soon as you become their wife,
they want you to give up everything. And but what's so ironic is they don't want to. They don't want to give up their friends. They don't want to give up their work. They don't want to give up their social life. But you want the woman. You don't want around the friends because they get together. I've heard that, and they give each other too many ideas. So you just want to absolutely.
A dummy, that's it.
You need to be honest. You want somebody whose IQ is low,
right?
Who likes to clean your skits and sit on your car.
No, but you know what?
That's what you want.
Remember the video I showed you like yesterday, and the girl, like, people are resorting to robots and things, but she got the thing stuck in her body.
Oh God!
You know what I'm saying? Because
this is how bad it is.
Okay, if the standards, like, I feel like society makes it so easy for men. Like, men they need to do the bare minimum, and women should just accept it. So now it's like the only thing that you do have is bedroom talk or activities in the bedroom. And if you're failing there as well, and that's the only thing you're good at,
do you know what?
You don't bring money to the table, or protection, or appreciation at bare minimum. and all you have is sex, and you flop on that. Women are just turning to vibrators.
Not me.
Oh, yeah.
I get mad. I need the real thing.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Or staying single and just sleeping about, and then the same guys are the same ones to say, I don't want someone that's run through.
Yeah.
I want someone to have one body, but you've been having 500 gal, foursomes, fivesomes, a million somes, and it's okay.
But you know what? And the thing is, they're a liar, because they say they want a traditional woman, and then they get her, and then they go on road and disrespect you to the woman at work. Who is it they're flirting with? They're flirting with the woman who's got a career, the woman that hasn't got children, and then you disrespect these women. Some of you leave them on their own, and then say you hold no value. Now I've run through you, and you've been my wife. How dare you say that? How dare you ask these women to be at this standard, and then because you know, oh, it's not what I thought it was going to be, tell them to hold no value. Well, I will. Newsflash.
You just dragged on this woman for what?
Newsflash. Do you know how many men out there actually want a ready-made family?
Right.
Do you know how many men out there want a woman who's in their 30s and 40s and 50s? You'd be surprised what some young men want. So when you're running off to these young girls thinking no young man's going to want it, you've got all you're going to have is us. You guys are so deluded.
But most girls nowadays, young girls especially, they want the most.
Yeah, they do. And the young guys don't want them either because of it.
You see what they've been doing recently in Dubai? I mean, it's not recent, but it's been exposed more, where girls are going on holiday to Dubai and getting doodied on and peed on. But when they come back to the UK, they've got their house bought for them, and the newest 22 plate car.
From someone else?
Yeah, from someone else, because
you know what?
They're getting booted on. And
do you know what? I in some ways, right? I mean, like I've always said, the whole thing is a mess because women and men refuse to sit down and see the issues. That's why I read comments. I go, okay, because you're not listening to comprehend. You're not working this problem out. You're not working the problem out, and therefore everybody that's got the kind of mentality to comprehend and have, you know what, it's about mutual respect. And as far as I'm concerned, men don't think they need to respect women.
But then
that's my experience. Generally, they don't
like
think.
Women, we don't really speak up enough. Or
that's my point. We pander to them too much. And what I'm saying to you is that we want a woman whose IQ is low, and for you to be a skivvy when you could actually just say hello, and the money that you say, because that's the next thing. They talk about that, you know, as LL Cool J and Mike Tyson already said, a man that leads with money is weak, right? Because he hasn't got no confidence in himself. But then when he's done all that, he turns around and acts like he did you a favour for looking after you.
A favour. Is that not what you're meant to do?
I think you're getting
what I think you cook and clean, you're ready to kick her out.
I think you men that think like this are getting what you deserve. Right. Quite personally.
Also, we have to realise where all these standards have originated from, and they've wanted to over-sexualise us and make us appealing
to them
by wearing uncomfortable shoes and getting bunions just to
appease
them or turn them on, wearing bras with the wire in them, like a man created
the bra in the first place,
just to woo them and tantalize them. And then they say, oh, you don't have any skills, you don't have anything, once they've exhausted you and used you out.
You know, the woman, you're right, the woman that men are complaining about right now, you created the monster. You did.
Because it's all, I feel like also, it's not just girls, I feel like it's men as well. Like, a few years ago, it was about being super, super thick, batty breasts, you know, you need to be revealing skin, you need to be twerking in a sundress on Instagram Live, you know. All these girls need to battle, and then we'll cash up you some money.
Yeah, they created the monster.
Now it's, what happened to the natural 90s?
Yeah, bye. We were here all along and you weren't interested. Hi.
Right. You said we were masculine.
Yeah.
And too independent.
But even all of that is bullshit, because who are these men to give this blanket sheet of what a woman should look like? not all of us want to be thick. Not all of us are born thick.
Right.
Not all of us want to be slim. Not all of us are born slim. And not all of you are born flipping musty with a big dick. So shut up.
Right, please.
It's just
It's
lame.
just
Just
cheek.
cheeky,
Cheek,
man.
fam.
You've been given your little soapbox for too long, and now the women are playing you at your own game, rightly or wrongly
Right.
so. But you deserve it. No, I saw a man say, "I will not simp." Us man, we won't simp. And what was the other thing? Well, you know what? We're not listening to you anymore. How about that?
And what they're saying about
Not
the
listening.
simping as well is, you girls that want a man to simp over you, you just want someone that's obsessed over you.
What
and
does the actual definition of simping? What does
so like a simp is someone that's just like, okay, like say for instance, you find someone really, really attractive, and you're just like, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you. It's not really about buying, but you're just obsessed with that person. Like,
Okay.
she's freezing cold. I take off my jacket, my jumper, and my t-shirt.
How is that simping? That's just like, my girl is cold.
Right.
Like, so basically we don't have respect anymore.
Like, you can't be affectionate, you can't be nice, you can't say I love you on the phone because it's simping and it's embarrassing.
Well, I suggested in one of our first videos, get yourself a plastic bag, squeeze some lube in it, roll your willy around, because that's what you want. And then you say they don't show us any empathy, they don't care.
Or, that's what I'm saying. Like the last time, remember I had this conversation with a certain person, and they were saying, if I shed one tear, you're going to look at me as less than a man.
No.
I said, well, the thing is, I want you to show more emotion. Like, I can't really
I think
give you what you want or speak to you or be your reassurance if you're not telling me wagwan and you're going on like, I'm a man. To show emotions is weak. It's not weak.
I think men should listen more to what a woman wants. And
Yeah.
you know what? You'll find it's more simple than you think. Talk to me, tell me your problems. I keep hearing there's a bag of men that are depressed.
Yeah, that love chatting about they're depressed, but when we're asking you, okay, come on, like, what's going on? Or we say, okay, from what you're saying, I see there's childhood trauma, or you have trauma from a previous relationship, and you're using this relationship to either a revenge thing, or because you're insecure, or you're not comfortable with how the last relationship went, you're judging this one from previous experience, so they don't treat us right. The actual woman that is
treating you
right, pandering to you and wants to become your wife or your lover or whatever, because most of the time they're emasculated or insecure.
Some of them have really crap moms, who are abusive and narcissistic mothers.
Entonces, si no tiene que ver conmigo, se hable conmigo.
Lo sabes,
ya
esas son tu familia. Esas no son tu familia. Esas son tus enemigas.
¿Qué son mis enemigas?
Porque Chantal no te respeta. Chantal lo que quiere es estar con su mamá y hacer lo que su mamá le diga y no te respeta a ti.
¿Tú no sabes lo que está pasando?
Claro que sí. Tú haces con una mujer que no te respeta.
Yeah. And the narcissistic mothers want to be the center of attention.
Basically.
As we've shown you in one of our previous videos.
Every woman that comes,
yes,
there's an issue.
I was about to say.
Right.
And you can't get peace in your relationship because he still can attach to the mother. Like I'm going to say, once and for all, for the last part of this video is, a mother is a mother, a woman is a woman, and a wife is a wife. And your woman, your future woman or wife, is not a replacement mother for you because you are a grown adult. It's for your children.
Right.
Okay.
Namaste.
I think it just makes for a much more relaxed relationship because there's nothing in my life that I desire that I can't have.
I pray you find